In addition to doing like client-centered work, I'm an intimacy director. So like if there's a play that's happening that has like scenes of simulated sex or nudity or hyperexposure, they bring me in and I choreograph those scenes in a way that also centers the boundaries and consent of the actors, because historically, a lot of theater spaces, but also film spaces, actors feel like they can't have boundaries or else they'll get fired, right? It's very common for people to be like, well, if you don't want to do it, there's like a million other people who auditioned. So, and so supporting folks in actually choreographing stuff, because a lot of the times, because even directors are uncomfortable and don't know how to use their words and talk about these things, people end up being like, I don't know, just like do it. And then folks end up getting into really complicated situations that feel really awful. So I hope that not happen.
That's very true as an actor, because I'm glad she said that. I'm shooting a movie now, and I shot another movie last month. It was like end of July, and the actors on the set talked about exactly what she talked about. And hear her say that is profound, because a lot of people don't know that whenever you do these sex scenes, they do exactly what they say. They say, well, someone else can do it, or we're going to go for broke.
Yeah, it's kind of threatening. It's a
and I
threatening
heard
energy
people
sometimes.
on a set literally tell me how they got sexually aroused.
Yeah.
If this other person came out here right now, we had like it was so good. It was a relationship. So I clap on that, because as an actor, I've never had to do a sex scene, and I wouldn't know how to do one.
Yeah.
And I've had sex before, but seriously, I've acted several roles.
Sure you have.
Totally. But also, yeah,
I
you're right.
I wouldn't know how to. No, seriously, I've never had sex in front of nobody, so I would not know how to do that. And to your point, I would definitely not want to make a woman feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, make anybody feel uncomfortable.
So I think that's a great thing she's doing, because I was just on a movie set, and the two guys and the two women on the set, they talked about their sexual experience. To their credit, they like what they did. But I was sitting there like, I don't know, I couldn't have done it.
Yeah, and some people are like, oh, well, if there's a sex scene, I guess that means that we're actually having our genitals out. But like, no, there's
she's telling the
whole
truth.
ass like modesty garments that
Right.
exist, so that people's like, they're reducing the actual like sensation of people's bodies touching each other on their genitals, so that folks aren't becoming aroused.
And these same people, and she can attest to this, have actually had sex on us when the camera was rolling, and the directors didn't care.
What?
They said, "I'm not making this up. I'm not making
What kind
this
of
up."
movies are you
Because
making?
people
Dick?
have, because people are so uncomfortable.
Just for clarity, am I not lying?
No, you're not lying.
People have actually
Historically,
had
that's-
sex on these scenes.
On
yeah.
a camera? Like,
Yeah, they have
Yes,
actually.
because
For a movie?
people.
Yeah.
Could have sworn
They
that
wanted
damn
to
Holly
be as
Berry
real as
scene was
There
real.
is a lot of historically.
I'm so glad you're here, because the people know I'm not lying.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Historically, there's a lot of directors who like think they're being edgy and are like, I want it to feel as real as possible.
That's it.
And if we don't give people and I have friends who are intimacy directors for porn or for corn, I'm sorry, who like, just because you are a person who is consenting to whatever the activity is doesn't mean that you are giving blanket consent for people to touch you in whatever way they want without you having an idea of what is coming.
Amen.
No
Yes.
pun intended.
Yes.
Right?
what she said.
And so, yeah, having
No,
someone in the room
and
to
I've
help
said
with
this
that.
to people, and people look at me like, "No, man." I said, "No, man." And we live in an age now. As a man, I definitely, if I have to do a sex scene, I don't want to disrespect the woman anyway, whether I'm gonna have a sex scene or not.